ready because she's our wonderful classmate. So we will wait for her. Is it okay?
It's okay.
Okay, sister. Definitely.
Love. So we will do meditation for what we have learned till now in all the classes. Let's enjoy this commentary, this word. And feel this voice to be our inner voice. And let's experience our own original. And let's open that third eye and see our own original self as a point of light. Not only let's see ourselves as a point of light, but as a child of Almighty Authority.
I am a child of God, the highest on high, the sweetest of all, the one who is ever pure and beautiful, the one who is all-powerful, the one who is benevolent, all-loving, unlimited, constant, altruistic, selfless, egoless. The one who liberates everyone from sorrow and bestows happiness on all. He has come for me, to liberate me from sorrow, from negativity, from ignorance, to elevate me and make me pure. Beautiful, real, powerful, benevolent and wise, complete and perfect. God accepts me as I am. For what I am, He loves me, understands me, and helps me to put right what has gone wrong. His love is real, unconditional and constant. God Himself has become my teacher. He has told me all the secrets of life, about myself, the Creator and creation. About the reasons for happiness and sorrow. The spiritual laws of life. He teaches me how to be real, how to love and accept myself, accept others, and the drama. He has become my world, and I look through his eyes, and he looks through mine. I am able to see the self, others, and the world with his eyes. My home is in God's heart. He lives in my heart. I am safe, protected, nurtured by his love. And my love is just for him. Nothing else is in my heart. I have a right over God. He is mine and I am his. His treasures are unlimited, invaluable, true. Selfless soul love. All powers, all virtues, all relationships. A mind that is pure, clear, deep and powerful. Always positive and creative. An intellect full of truth and love. Wise and clear. Full of understanding and acceptance. Deep and powerful. Able to see past, present and future. God himself has become my guide. He guides me to real freedom through the jungle of falsehood and deception. From sorrow to happiness. From peacelessness to peace. From denial to acceptance. From limitations to unlimitedness. From self-centeredness to selflessness and God-centeredness. God has become my practical, real helper. He helps me to see right from wrong, to restore my original truth and beauty, my benevolence, to clean out all the rubbish I have created and collected over many lives, to break from bondage and create a real relationship with myself, with him and the world, to be a real mother for my inner child, to break away from limitations and make my heart unlimited. God enables me to become his real helper, an instrument to create a new world of peace, happiness and truth. Have an open and big heart, to be wise and benevolent. I am God's creation, born out of his love and wisdom. He creates me out of his image. The navel cord of my connection with God provides all the nourishment and oxygen for me to grow into a beautiful, independent deity. Until then, I stay in the womb of his protection and love.
Om Shanti. Let me go on an inner journey. Going within, I come to the awareness of the eternal being that I am, a being of light, radiating light in the center of the forehead. I allow myself to feel the separate eternal entity that I am. I am a being of light, and this physical body is my amazing chariot, an instrument designed by nature to give me all the access I need to relationships, communication, contact with the world out there, and also allows me to share my thoughts, my feelings, all that I need to do to connect with others around me. Staying deep within, I connect with the store of peace that I hold within myself. I let my thoughts slow down and choose the one thought of peace. I am a being of light. I am a being of peace. And I connect to the one above, the Supreme, the Divine. As soon as I make the connection, I feel the warmth, the love, the joy of connecting with the eternal parent. But now, my parent knows my greatest need at this moment. And my parent surrounds me with an orb of light. It is a light of love, the light of purity, the light of truth. And this is my protection. Wherever I go, I carry this protection with myself. And staying at home allows me to strengthen this connection. And I extend that protection out to all those whom I love the most, so that they too are surrounded by this light of truth and purity and love. But it reaches out even further and extends across the entire planet, so that the entire human family, all forms of life, and nature itself experiences the safety and protection.
We're here in an area in northern Mozambique, and we've been going from village to village. We've been speaking to mothers in all of
Om Shanti. Good morning once again. We will send the link to Sister Esther. Until then, we will continue our course. I think it's been a long time. What do you say, Brother Leonard? Shall we continue?
It's okay. I can continue if maybe she's a bit busy.
Yes. Because her WhatsApp is also not working.
I thought maybe our mobile is not charged, so sometimes there may be no light in the area.
So today's lesson is karma philosophy, which is also called as law of karma. It is an eternal law. And this law is very much connected with the cycle of life, because this is a world of actions. Without performing action, nobody can be in the body. Body itself is meant to be used in different actions that we perform through the organs. Even taking, that is breathing, also is an action, isn't it?
Yes.
So renunciation of action totally is impossible. But the confusion of the actions is not inspiring people to be in the body happily. Because most of the times we are doing something, we are getting some other thing. At present, we are doing very good, but what we are getting is not so good. By seeing all these things, few of the human beings got distressed and they took renunciation. That is, they left their household, families, and they went into exile. They went into forests, and they preferred to live a life alone. That is because of lack of the in-depth understanding about karma philosophy. If you understand the secrets of karma philosophy, you don't need to leave people, you don't need to leave your family, you don't need to leave your household, and you don't need to struggle in forests or mountaintops or caves, or you can happily be with your family and perform quality actions. Because we believe every action is a seed, and the law behind sowing the seeds is, as you sow, so shall you reap. And when we feel karma as an action, the law behind, which is also the Sir Isaac Newton, a very famous scientist and philosopher as well. His third law of action: every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And so it means what goes around comes back. When we sow a papaya seed, we will get a papaya fruit. When you sow any seed, fruit, vegetable, you will get the same. If you sow papaya, you will not get mango. So the result of what we are receiving at present, if it is not good, if it is negative, it doesn't mean that we are doing only good and we are getting only bad. Certainly, we might have sowed the seeds of those negative things ignorantly sometime in the past. For every seed to germinate, it has its own time. So we have sowed the seeds in the past and it took time to come back to us. So now those seeds are germinated and they are coming in the form of a negative situation, in the form of a negative relation. So we cannot divorce the result. Instead, we can focus on the sowing the seeds. So there are three types of seeds, three types of actions that we can perform. One is sukarma, two is vikarma, three is akarma. Sukarma means positive actions, vikarma means negative actions, and akarma means neutral action. Positive actions means the inner virtues, values, and specialities in action. In short, goodness in action. And there is always a fruit for our action. In the corporate companies, the language is a bit different. It is called as results. So there are short-term results and there are long-term results for every project or for every work. Here it is called as fruit, immediate fruit or future fruit. There are two types of these fruits, immediate fruit and future fruit. So sukarma is positive actions. Positive actions means inner virtues in action. And the result is immediate fruit. An immediate fruit of positive actions is always very good. That is, immediately you feel happy, you feel at ease, you feel balanced. These are the few of the traces for us to understand that whatever we did, it was really good. Good, you feel immediately happy. You feel very easy. You feel very balanced within. You are not confusion of any type. Now, what is the future fruit? Is that same goodness is accounted, is accumulated, which is called as accounts of charity. Punya ka khata. Because what accumulated is called as account. And every action has an action small for the future, and it will also help you to attain something for the present. The present thing, anyway, you are going to spend, but the future thing is in the account. It is like a deposit. So in the due course of the journey of life, when you move ahead, those deposits get encashed at its own time. So it depends on what type of deposit you have put in your account. Vikarma means negative actions. And what is the definition of a negative action? Positive means the inner weaknesses, virtues are in action. Negative means weaknesses and vices, they are in action. What is immediate fruit for that? And what is future fruit? The immediate fruit of a negative, you feel sorrow, you feel sad, you feel confused, and you don't feel comfortable. You feel that you need some sort of clarity about it. So you can and what is the future fruit? Of sin, papa ka khata. So both can be deposited. Our present actions shall accumulate our fortune for the future. And the third one is neutral action. What is neutral action? An action which doesn't have a fruit. Eating fruit is also an action, isn't it? In that case, neutral action means no accounts. So there is a time for everything. There is a time for sukarma in the cycle of life. There is a time for vikarma, and there is also a time for akarma, that is neutral action. Now we are going to understand the whole cycle of life, how we have used these accounts and how these actions have been performed, accounts have been created, and accounts have been settled. So when we know it, an account is always there with us. See, as soon as you take birth, you are extremely happy or you are extremely sorrow or sad, which means you have an account. Because an account comes when you have past accumulation. So we, the souls, we are the travelers in the cycle of time. And an account, negative account, you have a great negative account. How do you understand that? Sudden death. People wouldn't even understand the reason why he died. He was so healthy. His body was like a gym body. And he was so good. He was like a very charitable person. And still sudden death, sudden illness will come, big illnesses, incurable illness, sudden loss of property, sudden accidents happening, and sudden gain of a lottery or sudden loss, anything. Focus on this particular image. It is like a ladder. This ladder is coming from up to down, but it is speaking a story at every step. We understood the cycle of time yesterday. So today we have to understand, how did we come down? We know very well that we have come down, isn't it? We are not raising up, we are coming down, 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 down. If we compare our generation with the past two generations, certainly health, in terms of wealth, in terms of peace and happiness and stability and lifestyle, everything, how much you would like to grade yourself? Would you say that you are better than your parents and grandparents? Are we better peaceful? Are we better happy and healthy than our parents and grandparents? Certainly, generation, we have many hospitals. Technology is advanced to an extent. And there is so much of advanced technology, not only in digitalization, but also in the pharma industry. In everywhere there is advanced technologies. People can do things faster. People can do things better. But what about the health? Having so many hospitals, health is still going down. New diseases are coming up. We are earning too much money nowadays, but there is no peace. We are having variety of foods nowadays, but our hunger is never quenched. There's no stir. There's no calmness. There is no rest in life. Everyone is running, always want more, some more, and we are chasing. And so we understand very well that our parents and grandparents, though they have less resources, less money, less facilities, they are much more happier and peaceful than us. Do you agree with me? How did this happen? Let's see. In the beginning, that red spot that you see is the land of light. And you all know that is our home, land of souls we have descended into. So that's land of peace totally. From there we came down. Certainly with our own quality we will live. So when we have come from the land of home, then we are complete and perfect. And for a soul which is complete and perfect, will enter into the same world which is complete and perfect. And what is it called as? The perfect world is called as heaven. And so, for about 8 steps, which means 1,250 years, we were in heaven, complete and perfect. Every being was so perfect that they were divine, they were pure, and they had all the virtues. And what is the praise? Do you remember yesterday we read about that? 5 praises of the beings in the heaven or heavenly beings. What are the 5 praises? Number 1, completely virtuous. Number 2, completely non-violent. Number 3, can anybody say? Completely viceless. Viceless. First one is completely virtuous. Second one is completely viceless. Third one is completely non-violent. And fourth one is the most elevated and highest code of conduct. Fifth one is 16 celestial degrees full. These are the 5 praises of these beings who lived. They look like human beings, but they never call themselves as human beings. They call themselves as deities because they are fully loaded with divine virtues. They are completely divine. There is no trace of impurity in this world. Family path only. There are no sannyasis. There are no renunciates. The celibacy is the rule of law, but there was no renunciation. Renunciation means leaving the household. Here, everyone lived in the household only, but there was purity in relationships. The children were born out of the power of the mind. There was no lust at all. There was no single trace of any vice: anger, greed, lust, attachment, ego, jealousy, hatred, selfishness, carelessness, laziness. Nothing was there. And so you can understand. That's why it is called as land of happiness. Land of oneness. Land without death. There's no death there. But then, even any good Android costly mobile as well, if you charge complete 100%, and if you don't use at all, just keep it like that, By evening, it will reduce the battery. Am I right? If you use, the battery will discharge fast, but if you don't use, still the battery will discharge. And so we are all souls. They did not perform any evil action. They were divine. That's why the discharge is very small. Every time the soul enters into the body and it leaves the body, it gets discharged a little bit. And so, how many births we have taken in Golden Age? Heaven, do you remember? We studied it day before yesterday. 8 births. Good. 8 births. And 8 births, 8 bodies we have taken. 8 parents difference. 8 families we had. And every birth we lived 150 years. The highest, because their actions were very good and everything was very good. So they enjoyed life. And when they finished 8th birth, the 16 celestial degrees become 14. When the degrees decrease, then the souls get changed, the world, environment. Because see, for example, wherever you are sitting, what is the sum total of the energy level of the whole room where you are sitting? There is an energy, isn't it? Depending on the actions that you perform on a particular place, the energy field or the atmosphere is made with that. Your kitchen vibrations are different from your bedroom vibrations. Your bathroom is different from your hall. Your prayer room is totally different from your playroom. The vibrations of every place changes depending upon the quality of actions that you perform in that place. In that case, this particular heaven, the vibrations of heaven are certainly highest, purest, holiest, richest. What about when the quality of the soul decreases? Certainly there is a shift in the change, or a shift in the thoughts. The thought process, attitude, perception, everything will reduce in quality. When everything is reducing in quality, atmosphere also will change. And so there is a big shift in the whole creation. And the sun dynasty people became moon dynasty. Heaven became semi-heaven. It's not like before, complete 16 celestial. Even now they are complete because still evil did not enter. Satan did not enter. They are still considered as pure, but little 2 degrees reduced. So now they are 14 degrees. They are moon dynasty. They are still divine beings. They are still considered as deities, but not number 1 deities, number 2 deities. That's why they are called as Kshatriya. Kshatriya means warriors. At the flag end of this particular period of Silver Age, little struggle, little emotional disturbances started within. And the soul experienced the disturbance within. I and mine. Your body is beautiful than my body. Your body is stronger than my body. So the vision shifted from the soul consciousness to body consciousness. And they started looking at each other's bodies. That's when the degradation began. And the deitism stopped. Deitism concluded. So there is no more original eternal deity religion existed. It became history. Same souls, same people, but they went to the path of sin. That is, they got under the influence of anger, greed, lust, ego, attachment, and all these vices. It's gradual, not at a time they all attacked. Slowly they entered in the form of body consciousness. And they attacked the intellect, and they have usurped the intellect. Now the intellect is no more in the awareness of soul consciousness. Everyone forgot that they are souls. The moment you are disconnected with yourself, you are disconnected with your own divine existence. And so became body conscious. Then we, the souls, birth after birth, we were only degrading. And then when 14 degrees became 12 degrees, the degradation was fast and the downfall was very fast. That's why the births are more and the age is less. So here, path of devotion has begun because souls were wandering for true peace, because now there is no peace, there is no love, there is nothing. And they only believed that there is somebody who has all these things and they only should give us. And so they named him as God. And they started creating their own images in the dreams that they see, good life that they had in the past. The dreams were so beautiful, heavenly, and they think that, oh my God, these images are so happy, healthy, and they are so rich. And so let me just make the image. They never felt that they are the same. See, it is quite obvious that we human beings dream about our parents and family and our past life, isn't it? In the same way, they also had dreams about their past life. And so their past life was always good. So there is nothing to dream bad about it. So when it was so good, and this present for them in copper age was not so very good, they felt that they deserve to go back into heaven. And they feel that the heaven is going to come. So that's the reason I'm going to see these visions and dreams and catch those images that they dreamt. And that's how all in Hinduism and later has come. But Hinduism worshipping a religion, but it didn't last for a long, though there is a lot of reasoning and there's a lot of scriptures have come, and the system of devotion has become gradually complicated. Initially, it was very simple. Advaita, Dvaita, then it came Vishishta Advaita. The belief systems about God changed drastically over a period of time. The first one who came, he said God is only one. The second one who has come, he said God is one, but he is in everyone. The third one, Vishishta Advaita, he came and he said, yes, God is in everyone, and the only way to achieve him is devotion. That's it. Everything got polluted. And everyone got misguided. Okay, that is on Hinduism, which is not a religion, it was a continuation of degradation of deities. But religions have started at this point, when there was a confusion in a family. The boy said to the father, what are you doing? The father said, can't you see? It's our kulavrutti, means it's our family business. Making idols. He was a sculptor. He was making idols, beautiful, all types of idols for worshipping, for Hindus. His son said, who are these idols? Father said, they are deities. Deities means what? Father said, stop your illogical questions. They are gods. You have to worship these idols. You have to please them to get everything. The son said, it is so meaningless. They are gods. And what will they give us? They give us health, they give us wealth, they give us everything. He said, so how can an idol give everything? So you made God. So daddy, then you're powerful than God. The daddy said, see, child, how can I be powerful? God is God. But the child did not understand. Did not understand the child's questions and did not convince him. One day, the father said, child, let's go to exhibition. He has a very big family. He took all the rest of the children, wife, and whole family to the exhibition fair. There was a fair close by. And so this particular child, he said, Father, I have stomach ache. I can't go anywhere. I can't walk even. Then the father said, okay, sit at home, take rest, eat food and take rest, take this medicine. And he make all the arrangements. He locked the door from outside and he will go to the fair. After 4 hours, when he returns with his family, he opens the door and he would see all the idols are damaged. The head and body is separate. The hands are cut, the legs are cut, and they are spread like anything. A total house was in chaos. Father shouted and called the son, and the son came running with fear. The father said, "What is this? Oh my God, I never knew it will happen like this." And the father says, "Stop your drama. Tell me what is the truth. Who did this?" The child said, "Daddy, I don't know. Believe me, I don't know who did all these things." He said, "You better talk truth. You know me." Then the child would say, "Listen, Daddy, listen. I will tell all the truth. I was lying on the bed. Suddenly I heard some voices. And when I saw these idols, they were talking with each other. And then what happened? They talk too much. They shout at each other. They fight with each other. And they kill each other like that, Daddy. I'm so sorry." The father would know, he would not know how to react to the story of the child. How can these mud idols or stone idols can fight with each other and kill each other? Are you thinking I'm a fool? Then he said, "Daddy, why not? They're gods." The father says, "They are stone idols. They cannot move. How can they kill each other?" The child says, "That is what I want to tell you. They are stones. They are just idols. They can't even move. How can they give you what you want?" The father was not convinced with the child. The child is not convinced with the father. That was the last moment. The child left the place because two different and opposite belief systems cannot live together under one roof. The child left, traveled, grew up, and became Abraham, who was the founder of Judaic cults, Islam. So he believed only in the light. Like this, every religion has a story. Everyone has come out of this original eternal deity clan hierarchy. And one after another, the branches started forming. Different religions came into existence. But every religion has taken its origin from here. And they developed their concept of God. That God is light, that God is this, God is that. And then initially, every religion was respected too much because there was so much power. How did this happen? We will learn tomorrow about religions. You see, as the religion changed, performance, different types of actions have come into existence. And we all know more and more the life is moving ahead and we were taking births, the quality of actions were reducing because the power in the soul was reducing. Because still the soul is disconnected from its own identity. And it was distant from the identity of the Father. And so gradually, one after another, it crossed copper age and it entered in. And when Iron Age started, the devotion also has taken its impure form. Everything in the beginning is new and pure. And when it reaches to its end, it becomes old and impure. So now the devotion also has become very impure, perverted, polluted, corrupted. Because today, if you give money, anything can happen with God also. Isn't it? And so look at the chaos at the end of this ladder. In the Iron Age, too many steps. That is, too many births we have taken. Births are increasing. Lifespan is reducing. Quality of actions is reduced. And that is the reason everyone has become impure, sinful, and the world has become hell. At the same time, those souls who have descended from up above, those 900,000 souls which we discussed day before yesterday, those souls, they felt that they deserve better because they cannot get into too much violence like this, physical violence. They were so divine. Now they are also become devilish. And so they call out God at this time. And so God the Father comes from up above. You can see the one line. He comes into an ordinary human body and he starts speaking knowledge of knowledge. All those 900 souls, first level, will become purified. And then the second level is the moon dynasty souls. They will be purified. And after that, the cooperage, devotee souls, they will follow. And after that, there is nothing. So once the practice is completed, they purify their own mind with meditation. They purify the intellect. They purify the sanskars. Those are the personality traits. The moment they have worked on themselves and purified themselves, they will return back home because a pure soul cannot be in an impure body, in an impure world. Once the soul is pure, it has to return back to the and then come back into the pure world again. It's a cycle. This is a story. You understood the story? Lovely.
Yes,
So now I'm
yes.
going to ask you a few questions. We studied of actions, that is positive action, negative action, and neutral actions. And we also studied about the accounts. Those are the fruits of the action. Let me ask you, in the whole big ladder, when did we perform which action? You have 4 ages here: golden, silver, copper, iron. And you have 3 types of actions. When did we perform which type of action? What did we do in golden age? Sister Esther, Brother Leo, Sister Pavitra. Golden age.
Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning, Sister Esther. Welcome.
Thank you, ma.
But we waited a lot for you and we used our time in a worthwhile way by meditating and being in connection with Baba.
I had to rush to the office, so it took.
I
I thought I was
understood.
going to.
Okay. But we will close soon so that you can resume your work. So just
No problem.
answer these 3 questions, then we will do small meditation and we can close.
So in the golden days, it was a period of purity. I think that was what we learned last week.
Right.
Yes, that people were devoted. The people were connected to God because there was no distraction. There was no negativity of lust, envy, and all that. So people,
yes. Yes.
So that was what happened in the golden days. So I don't know if you added something against this morning. No,
No, it is the same. We studied about these 3 different types of actions. See, this is that 3 types of actions: positive, negative, and neutral actions. So today is all about karma philosophy. So in this whole ladder of karma, What type of actions we performed in Golden Age? Sister Esther.
Yes, ma.
I think it's Sukarma.
Sukarma, positive actions. What do you think, Sister Esther?
I think so.
Very good. Congratulations. What about you, Brother Inka? Good, good. Okay.
And in this
Right. Love. Silver Age, what did we do?
Good and neutral. And then
Wait.
Rage.
Yes, please, Pavitra. Tell me, dear.
No, we did both kind of actions, like positive and as well as negative. So I don't know how to conclude it in a single action.
No, please just tell me, no problem. Golden Age, you said positive. Silver Age? Sister Esther?
Yes, ma.
Please, quickly guide us.
You mean the silver age?
So, what do you say?
Are you asking about the silver age?
Okay. So what did we do in Silver Age?
In the silver age, we had is it Vikram? Was it Vikram?
Vikarm. Vikarm means negative actions. Okay.
No, it wasn't absolute negative action. No.
Okay. Mix of positive, negative. Okay.
Yes.
Right. What about copper? What did we do in the Copper Age?
That was Vikram.
Okay, that was only Vikaram, negative actions. Okay. What about Iron Age?
Akam.
Akar. Akara means no fruit. If there is no fruit, why they are suffering so much? Suffering and happiness, they are fruits, isn't it?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So please focus on the definitions. Positive actions are virtues in action. If you sow a positive action seed, then what you receive is happiness. So what did the Golden Age souls did that they have received so much of happiness and purity? They did something, isn't it? Without doing anything, you will not get even a glass of water. So what did they do and when did they do? Isn't it a question that we need to really understand?
Yes.
Yeah? These deities do. And when did they do that they became deities like that? Certainly it is the story, it is the time to become deities, but not everybody will become deities. If it is a time of deities, everyone will become deities, means everyone should be there. Why only 900,000? So certainly they did before they become like this. When is that before? When is the before? Before Golden Age, what was there? Iron Age. And at the end of Iron Age, look at down what's happening there. The people who are dressed in white, they choose to renounce violence. They choose to leave everything that is impure. They did all types of pure practices here and they accumulated the accountability and they just enjoyed in Golden Age. Golden Age is an age of receiving reward. Effort is here in the Confluence Age. At the same time of Iron Age, where there is existence of Iron Age, where there's a lot of atrocities and a lot of crime is going on, a lot of violence is going on. At the same time, there are people who do not believe in what's going on and who has strength and who has benevolence in the mind to see what is going to be in the future. And so they get separated from the same world. And their practices also will be totally different, elevated. In the copper and iron ages, no connection with God, no connection with the self also. That's why it is called as Vikaram. That is inner vices and weaknesses in action. In golden and silver ages, we call it as certainly not Sukaram. It is a Karam, neutral actions, because this is a time, these are the births of reward. Time of reward is Akaram. You just sit and enjoy the fruit of your efforts that you have made before. So if you
So,
Akaram,
so
Vikaram
gold.
is Sukaram. Sukaram is only in confluence age. Yes, please.
So golden age and silver age both are
Neutral.
both you said about neutral.
Yes, because
But
you will accumulate so much here. You do meditation and then you get so much power directly from the supreme power. So much power and you will become so much pure. What happens is this purity is so much that you will enjoy for 2 eras, for golden and silver ages, for heaven and semi-heaven.
okay, so it is not a reward or happiness that we get.
Reward. Yes. It is now, it is
But
little
why
happiness.
but why it is akarma?
Akarma means eating fruit. Akarma doesn't have a fruit on itself. If you are sowing a seed and you are reaping a fruit later, now here you see, if you are sowing a seed in golden age, then the fruit will be in the future. I don't see any fruit in the future. If you see, deity is very good. If they sow good seeds, then their future will be much more better than the present. But here we are seeing in the ladder that from 16 celestial degrees, you are coming to 14 degrees, which is the degradation, isn't it? Though the degradation is not big because they did not perform any evil actions, but still they got discharged. We don't call it as degradation, we call it as discharge. From golden to silver. From silver to copper is certainly degradation. And from copper to iron is like destruction only. We have damaged to a great extent. We lost our original self. We lost our connection with Supreme Father. So this is the journey.
So
You understood, Sister Pavitra?
Yeah, okay. So iron age is Sukarma. Sorry.
Iron age is not,
So we
confluence age is a Sukarma.
Con-
Confluence is a hidden
okay,
age.
confluence
Where,
age. Middle
yes,
age.
with your
Okay.
own, yeah, with your own choices, as you are here on with your choice to learn, meditate. So the more you do your meditation, your mind is getting purer and powerful. And this is called as confluence age. Your choices will define you where you are and where you will be in the future. If you choose to be practicing peace, then you are part of the confluence. But if you choose to be with such belief systems that this is not a right time, this world is totally different. You cannot keep thinking about peace, 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 and you cannot live peacefully. You have to do something for your peace. So better you kill somebody or otherwise you will be killed. You better, move forward. You have to make efforts by suppressing people. You can move ahead. If you are not growing, progressing, then what type of life is this? There are so many evil belief systems in this world. Tit for tat, another evil belief system. If you don't do what people did to you, they think that you are weak. You are incapable. And weak people have no right to live. There are people who think like this, weak people right to live. Peaceful people are the most weak people, most incapable people. There are so many belief systems, but one thing is, if you believe in God, all these belief systems will be brushed away. Believing in God means belonging to God. To be belong to God means to follow on his elevated directions.
And the
So
six
now,
sisters.
yes, with his directions, you change your lifestyle, you change your actions, you change your vision, you change your attitude. It's all about a change with him. You don't change your religion, you don't change your gender, you don't change your nationality, you don't change your language, you don't change your family, you don't change your husband just because you are in confluence age. Let your husband be in iron age, but you choose to be in confluence age, no problem. But you know how to serve the people in iron age with true peace and true love. But if you don't have any husband, then you don't really go and search for a husband in the iron age, certainly. Because you are already in the confluence age. And your vision is to move ahead into the golden age. So with our own pure actions and positive actions, seeds that we sow in I the soul, or rather we the souls, we accumulate the account of charity and we enter into golden age. But now it's a time to settle the account. We have enough accumulated. What did we accumulate? All bad. And now what are we going to sow the seeds? Our seeds are all good. So then how do you settle your accounts which has already performed bad? Now we choose not to do anything bad. But what if we have done plenty bad in the past? There are two ways to settle our accounts. In the path of devotion, they say donation. Donate. Vedan chute grahana. That's what they say in olden scriptures. So that's why they donate money, they donate land, they donate organs, they donate books, they donate food, they donate clothes, and they donate many things. But these donations are limited donations of worldly things. Limited donations also have a limited reward, limited settlement. It can only settle the actions, sinful actions that we have performed only for one birth, and give a reward for only one birth. We might become good. If you give books, for next birth, you will be good educated. Education, you will not be deprived of education. If you give, construct hospitals and help, your health will be very good for the next birth. And if you help people to be good in their families, your family will be good. You understand? Whatever we give, we will get it back. For births, two births. But let me tell you, not for many. So to enter into heaven, you have to accumulate for many, many, many long time account. Big deposit is needed because it's a big time. Heaven is a big time. To enter into heaven, you need a big time, big deposit. And that is possible by meditation. Meditation works in 3 ways. When you're sitting and meditating, the power of God is entering within you. And what happens is your present is pleasant for sure. Your past is getting resolved. Whatever we did in the past, we are not having any problem. We have peace with our past. And our future is getting created very, very beautifully, benevolently. Through meditation, we donate peace to people. We know how to give peace to people who are not with us physically as well. We know we can go to the subtle region, invoke the souls of those whom you want to give peace, whether they can be family, limited family, extended family, unlimited family, whichever part they belong to. Even sitting here, you can give Sakash. It is called as Sakash. Those are the empowerment, powerful, pure, godly vibrations to Russia and Ukraine also. You can give vibrations to anybody in the world with your benevolent feelings. For this, you need only good wishes. For this, you need to understand the secrets of karma, because you know what you give only comes back to you. Nothing else can come to you. If you don't, you will not get anything. So that's why seriously now we do only good actions, just not good, but godly actions in remembrance of God, taking the company of God, we do things. And so we are checking here. Constantly we are checking ourselves that am I performing this action in God's company? Am I performing this action as per the directions of, elevated directions of God, which is called as Srimad. There are 3 types of directions. Number 1, Manmat, the dictates of our own mind. That is, we like something, we don't like something. We feel this is the best, this is the right way, and we feel this is not righteous. That is the dictates of mind. One can sense within what is right and what is wrong. Those are the dictates of mind. Number 2 is Paramat, the dictates of the public. Sometimes this Paramat can be from the advertisements. You get influenced. External influences, it can be called as external influences, through advertisement, through news, or through our own family, people, friend. They will say, you don't talk to that person, that is very bad. Then you develop negativity towards that person. So listening to different voices of the world and getting influenced, that is called as Paramat. So Paramat includes a lot of things. They can even brainwash and change your belief systems. They can say, listen, if you are sitting quiet like this, nothing can happen. If you shout, at least work will happen. So why do you leave your own job? Get up and come into action. If you scold, they will do fast. If you threaten it, even more faster. So don't talk things. People are there to tell you not to tolerate, not to be peaceful. Huh? See, you are so good that you are really doing everything with loveful feelings, but they don't offer you. There are people who can teach you, train you with their own limited conscious belief systems that anger is necessary. Anger is good if you do it like this, if you do it like that, like this, like that, anything. Anger is anger, isn't it? Which way it can be good? What way that it is doing good to us? It's okay. You used it in a good way. By using it again and again, you get habituated to use it. So finally, again, you become an angry bird. Because not every time your intellect is going to guide you, use it, this is good way, that is bad way. Whichever way, you are anyway become very comfortably habitual user of anger. In the same way, the rest of the vices as well. To become completely viceless, you have to really, constantly, truly, honestly be connected with the Lord of the evils. Because these vices are evils. And it's only by a pure connection with the Lord of the evils can these evils be. You cannot destroy them. You have to leave them by your own consciousness. Consciously making an effort and a conscious effort. Check yourself right from the first day of the session. What have been you practicing? I am a peaceful soul. You are again and again reminding yourself, I am peace, I am peace. And so anger cannot come to you. If you create a thought, I don't like anger, I don't want to be angry, I cannot do angry. So all these things, angry is coming. Because the mind does not know how to practice no. Understand? If you say even to a child, don't do this, so the no is missing. It cannot understand. Human brain cannot manipulate, cannot manifest, cannot understand how to do no. If you say, the child will certainly do, because no is missing already. Don't do this. The don't can never be by the human brain. So do this is remain, that's why they do it. Why will the children do that which parents say don't do? Because the human brain cannot access, cannot define what is don't, no. So instead of using no, use a better word. Choose to speak in a right way so that the human brain can visualize, can decode, and can perform. In the same way, to your own self, don't say, I don't like anger. Instead, say, I am peace. Isn't it a better language? Better way of understanding things about our own self. So meditation is the best donation. Sit send the selfless vibrations of peace to people by visualizing them also as point of lights, children of God. In this, no chanting, no charging. You don't charge money, but you will charge the soul with the godly power. You don't need to take money for what you're doing at all. Like in the world, people do a lot. Please pray for me, and they give some money in the temples, churches, and mosques. Don't take. Seriously, I'm telling you. If you take, because the energy can be only one way. Either you can take or you can give. If you take, you cannot give. And if you give, and keep giving, the accounts, your past accounts are getting resolved. All your own world, your past world, your present world, your future world is gradually getting filled with the godly power. Those people who are receiving from you selflessly, they will become godly servants also. So for connecting the souls with the Supreme Source, you will accumulate an extra income, which will be having an extra reward. You understood? The last but not the least, which is connected with the law of karma, is law of reincarnation. Law of reincarnation is punarjanma. Many religions do not believe in it. Christianity doesn't believe in reincarnation. Neither Islam believes in reincarnation. This is the only birth. We will live and we will die. Finish. Let me ask you a few questions. If you don't take rebirth, then this is the only life, then it should be the best. Everyone's birth should be the best. But somebody is taking birth in a dustbin also. After taking birth, some children are kept outside the church, orphanages. Somebody is taking birth in a palace. Why this difference? Who created this difference? Did God create difference? No. God is good God. He can never create any difference towards the creation. In his eyes, everyone is same. In his eyes, everyone is equal and everyone is good. Because God is good God and he can only see good in everything. So who created these differences? Our ignorant actions. We create our fortune. We create our destiny. That is why destiny in our hands, perfect law. Now coming to relationships. You take rebirth means you take birth from the womb of a body. Then you have parents, you have a family. Why only this father? Why only this mother? You choose. We choose our womb. We choose our parents. We choose our life partners. We choose our family. We choose the land that we are going to live. We choose the actions, that future which we are going to make. Everything is our choice. Everything is our choice. Everything is, all the choices are as per our own understanding. And that is the reason some people are happy with each other. Some people are not happy with each other. And you all know very well the most famous relationships where there is no happiness at all. And both, when they come, they are very good people, extraordinarily, extremely sweet people. They are good with everyone. But when both come together, what happens? They become evils with each other. They become enemies with each other. It is not that they have to do something to become enemy, but they come close and the account of their past will emerge, will get stimulated. And they never can behave good with each other. And those famous relationships in the world, sorry if I'm saying, but this is not very standard also. It's not quite common with everyone. There can be better things in these relationships also. So let me just name them. For fun's sake, you can just have a smile. Mother-in-law, daughter-in-law. Number 2 is boss and employee in the office. These are the few relationships. They are not always okay or satisfied with each other. They can never satisfy each other. You do any amount, they are never satisfied. But it is not for everybody. For somebody, it is very good. But generally it is like that. Why? Because they have continuous amount of tensions between them. Birth after birth, they are carried forward. And so for some or other excuses and reasons that they mention, that they are not happy with each other. But now that we have understood the karma philosophy, we understood the story of the cycle of time, it's time to settle. I don't want to create any account with anybody. I just want to settle with everyone because this is my last birth. So a person who wants to leave and settle everything, what will they do? They will not create any more sinful actions. So that's why they always put a smile and put their inner virtues and inner values in every action that they perform with every person that they meet, whether it is mother-in-law, whether it is daughter-in-law, whether it is son-in-law, any in-law or without law, anybody whom they meet, they only perform with peace. Their choices are always as per the knowledge that they are learning. Their choices are always as per the elevated directions of God. To be constantly peace no matter what. To be constantly non-violent no matter what. Then only you can settle your accounts. So when we talk about non-violence, there are two types of non-violence. Let me talk about violence. There are two types of violence. Number one is violent with the hands, physically abusing, beating, fighting, shouting, and taking bad words. All of this is violence, physical violence. But more than this, extremely dirty violence is lust, which people think it is necessary in the world to produce children to grow the world. Anyway, this world is not going to grow anywhere and go big, do good. Why people produce so many children? Ask them. For their own selfishness. And once lust is there, all the vices are there within. You can remove anger, you can remove greed, everything if you remove lust in life and practice purity. The very famous philosopher, Aristotle, Socrates, all of them believed in purity. There was one discussion with Sir Socrates. It's in a public, he was sitting and people were asking questions. You can see this is a very famous dialogue. It is mentioned in the Google as well, you can just see. And so people were asking about purity to define and to explain for the betterment of life. Socrates said, we human beings are not meant to be impure, not meant to be going into sex lust at all. Then people said, what about our future? We need somebody to inherit, isn't it, everything? So we need children. Then he said, okay, once in a life, only for reproduction, children, that's all. Then somebody got up and said, if it is only once in a whole lifetime, how can the relationships will be strong? For the relationship to be strong, they have to be living together, and the life source is the source of living, the means, sorry, not the source. The very connection between the two people, married people, is, and you are telling only to do once in a life. Then Socrates said, okay, once in a year, please don't ask me because you will develop a lot of diseases. Mental, physical, all types of diseases you will develop. You lose all your strength. Your own spiritual strength is lost. And don't ask me. Somebody got up and said, if it is once in a year, then people are not satisfied. Then he said, once in a year, don't talk about this because you are close to death. If you even perform that act once in a month, closer to death, please take it for granted. The discussion concluded. But the practice is ignorant even till now. People don't understand the value of purity. Only they try to practice purity while performing some or to get into space. You can even Google those astronauts and those people who go into space and who go into the other, go through the different spaceships, at least 1 year purity is maintained. They are kept away from their families, totally in training. Because what the energy that you accumulate, not getting into lustful actions, it is your pure power. And leaving power, see, for example, reproduction means death for many of the living beings, like a butterfly. Many worms are there. They die immediately. Immediately they die. They don't have any training mothers at all. Many such beings are there. Animals are there on the earth. And human beings also die, but gradually they become dirty, they become diseased, and they die. Deities in the golden age never die. There's no death at all. That's why it is called this particular world as a land of death, because they have to suffer, they have a lot of diseases. This particular concept is called as parthenogenesis. Write on Google if you want to learn more. Parthenogenesis, Parthenogenesis, I think. The concept is still there among trees. Parthenogenesis is a concept of privacy, purity, chastity, whatever you call it. So here the whole world, especially the nature, is on the concept of parthenogenesis. That's why nature is always beautiful. Everyone loves nature. They don't indulge in such feelings, lust and sex and all of that.
For sometimes it's the nature.
So whatever, that's the reason why nature is getting impure and giving you sorrow, because of our vibrations that we are spreading and giving to nature. Nowadays, we are drying the oceans and taking away the land. We are burning the jungles and taking away the land. There is no limit for the greed of humanity. Why the greed has come? Lust. Why the anger has come? Lust. In the scripture of India, called as Bhagavad Gita, the first scripture among all the scriptures of the world, of all the religions, Bhagavad Gita was the ancient scripture, mother of all scriptures considered. In that it is mentioned very clearly, lust is the biggest enemy for humanity. Now, let's move this thought and how to settle our accounts. Okay, I will explain. It is not mentioned here. How to settle your accounts is meditation and donation. There are only two ways. And what accounts are there? We have seen sudden things are happening is only because of the accumulated actions that we have performed in the past. And reincarnation is all about relationships, and no relationship is bad. Whatever we give, we are getting it back. Okay? You understood the whole concept of actions now? Now choose your relationships. You have a choice now. After this understanding, you are the creators of your future, and you are the creators of your present as well. Whatever happened in the past, no problem. Forgive yourself, forgive others. If somebody is coming and giving anger or insulting, judging, or even blaming, forgive them, because you're settling with them. Gautam Buddha, by a village. Gautam Buddha is the father of Buddhism, one of the very famous religion from India, but became very famous in China and Japan places. Gautam Buddha was passing through one village with his disciples, and there was one man who rushed and he shouted at Gautam Buddha and he insulted him with all the possible bad words and said, "What do you think? You come once in a while and you give this lecture and we are supposed to follow you. What do you know about our, we are suffering with all these problems. Don't dare to teach us, preach us anything." And he shouted and gave so many bad words. The disciples were not comfortable. And so they said, "Sir, please give us the permission. We will go and teach him a lesson." Gautam Buddha said, "Please don't talk. Don't even think like that." And he quietly turned back, looked at him with a smile. He went close, folded his hand and thanked him and pleaded thanks. He said, I'm so thankful. You are so good. I'm sorry for this trouble, what you are facing. And thank you for settling my past account and helping me free from this bondage. I know I have done something to you which you are returning it back to me. With that humble submission, what happened is the person melted and he became one of his disciples. Understanding is everything. After that, attitude is everything. We are creating a divine attitude, which is only possible with intellect, which is further only possible only with a divine knowledge that can help you to transform. No matter what, our peace should be available constantly with us. All the problems which is coming in the world, except of purity and peace, nothing can be a better solution. If you start arguing, if you start proving yourself, if you start justifying, you will not reach anywhere. It keeps repeating only. To stop this game, you have it in your hands. It is our choice to sit and to empower ourselves, to sit and empower others. It is very easy to jump into the world of action, but make time, take a pause, jump into the world, inner sanctity, inner purity. There's a lot more solutions. There's much more better way to lead a life. Much more power is there within than outside. I don't need to explain with any type of examples in the world time and again. Many have proved. You can even see the life of Jesus Christ, the life of others. But don't compare your life with anybody like that. But always pick up goodness. All the best. And consider yourself that you have a purpose for which you are thinking to practice who you are, that is peace. Because you had made a choice that you want to come to Golden Age. Isn't it? Am I right, Brother Leo? So those who want to come to Golden Age or heaven, we have vast choices, but not negative choices. You want to ask a question at this time?
No, I don't have a question to ask. I'm really enjoying your lecture. Hello.
Yes.
Are you?
Yes, absolutely. We heard you. Thank you. And what about Sister Esther?
It's not a question per se. It's not a question per se. I just wanted to buttress what you said that this morning while I was having my breakfast, I had there was something were going on in my mind because I have a friend. So I'm always giving. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm always giving. So this year, and I've decided that this year I won't give this my friend. Let me stop giving him. Let me see because I never given me anything before. When you didn't do anything, and I can send message to him that you must give me something, you must send me credit. So he didn't send me the credit. I was not angry. And I sent message to him that you know that I didn't really need this credit. I only wanted to feel I only wanted you to reciprocate actions. I didn't say my action, no, just like I just said actions. But what did I say? I just said your decision to ignore me, it's so unkind. I just need to tell you that you know. You now send message, I sent you a message to send me your number. You didn't say, but the summary of the whole thing is that I now decided I was not going to give him anything again. I was not going to even give anybody anything again. Let me just give my own. But this morning, you now said that if you give, you are giving to an account. Whatever you give, you're going to get it back, even in your next world. So it settled my mind. It settled my mind that I'm not giving in
that you have. Sister Esther, you mentioned a very good thing. So here the question arises, what to give, which will charge you for future plenty birds, and what not to give. Number one, the first thing, don't give money. Why? Because there are so many examples. If you give money, what happens is the person can take money. You are giving in good faith, but the person can use it in different ways. And there was this person who has donated to one, and he has taken the money and he bought a knife and he killed somebody.
So we shouldn't give money.
And so, see, it's not that everybody will kill each other, but the thing is, more than money, the better thing is give peace, give love.
Peace, give love.
That you need to wake up early in the morning. If you really are concerned about anybody, wake up early in the morning, at least by 4 a.m. and give that sakash. It is called as sakash. Sakash is not an Indian term. So I don't know in which language, no language has this word sakash. It's a godly language. You know, God language, in God's language, not only the words of different languages are there, but also he has his own words to express what he's doing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sakash is giving good wishes and pure vibrations.
Yes,
Constantly to that person. So if you want to say no, you still can say no powerfully, positively, with a pure intention. You don't need to have a negative feeling that you are not using what I'm giving properly, you are not having respect for as I'm giving to you, or whatever we give physically, it is added with some expectation. So make it a spiritual relation everywhere, because now you are spiritual beings of light, isn't it? So be aware of what you are giving, because certainly everything that you are giving comes back to you. If you are giving physical, back to you physically, and at the same time, if you are giving, while giving, you cannot be angry or upset or irritated like that. Give it with contentment, with benevolent feelings that what I'm giving is going to charge them, make them independent, make them free from all the obstacles. Then if you're sure, you give. Make sure about yourself, about your future. And the only place where you can give the body, these are the physical things, your body, your relationships, your contacts, and your money, and your things, objects, all of these things. In order to purify them, it should be used in God. Everything should be used in godly service. Your mind to purify, your body to purify, be purified, because we cannot enter into golden age without anybody, all alone. You are learning Rajyoga to become the sovereigns and king. Enter into golden age not like a servant, you be like a king, isn't it? A king cannot enter alone without his kingdom. So all your family here, your friend circle here, everyone need to benefit with your practice of peace. You understood?
Yes.
The more your own practices will inspire your family. You don't need to wear a white dress like me. Whatever dress you are wearing, internally, the soul is in the practice of being in that awareness that I'm a soul, I'm a soul. And when you are practicing, you're accumulating the peace, the cup of your intellect and mind is growing and getting filled, because you're connected with the full, knowledgeful, loveful, blissful, powerful. All he's full in all the virtues. When you're connected with him, what happens? You are charging from the full, and so you're getting that full, and soon you will be also full and you will be flowing. And this flowing is invisible. That's why we might not know. But most of the time, where your constant connection can help the vibrations of God or godly peace flow into the environment, and the environment is set. The atmosphere becomes so very peaceful and powerful. Whoever comes into that atmosphere shall experience, absorb that, and will be inspired to ask you, what are you doing nowadays? You look better. You look more calm than before. Let me also try. This is the better way to increase your kingdom, by inspiring practically than by preaching. See, if I'm wearing colorful clothes, the latest fashion, with makeup, with all the accessories, and I say, think I'm a peaceful soul, what would you think? And first of all, you look at me and say, sister, is matching to you. This is so looking beautiful. This color and these tops are very nice. Thinking and talking about physical things, isn't it? So when I'm wearing something very simple, and you're focusing only on what I'm talking, and you're absorbing the energy. So more than external, it is the internal practices which really create an atmosphere, which can inspire people, help people. So all the best. You are in the action world now. After this class, your mind is back into the world. Be aware of attacks, invisible attacks, and be in that awareness, then the protection is natural and automatic. Being in the soul conscious is a complete protection. So be protected, stay safe, be connected, and be charged.
Yeah.
Today's homework is I am a divine soul, the one who is going to come into heaven. I am a divine soul who is going to be in heaven.
Who is going to
Be in heaven. I'm a divine soul.
The generator is on here, so it's so noisy.
I understand. Right. But I appreciate you are connected no matter what. None of the things that are happening around is not really disturbing you, disturbing us.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you. Take care. Om Shanti. Have a nice day.
All
We'll
Shanti.
meet tomorrow.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma.
I
Bye-bye.
appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you, Brother
Bye-bye.
Leonard. Sister
Yeah.
Pavitra.
Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
God bless you.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.